Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do another video on why the ego is good. I think we're at number 7 now. So this is video number 7 on why the ego is good. I've got a total of I think 20 planned. So really the ego is good for a lot of reasons. This one is called It Ain't Bragging If It's True. Okay? I strongly believe that if you have abilities, say so. If you have talents, say so. If you've accomplished something very valuable, very important, say so. Look, if you've done a lot of work, be proud of it. If you are able to do something that no one else can do, own it. Be proud of it. There's no reason to say false things about yourself just to be humble. No, it ain't bragging if it's true. I was able to do this. These are my talents. I can do this. This is what I can do. This is what I do easily. Nobody else can do this, or very few people can do this. I'm one of the few that can. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Okay? A lot of society, for some reason they don't like that. I don't know why, but discard it. I've always believed that way on a intrinsic subconscious level. I've always believed that when I've heard that when I was like 10. And it wasn't about me, about other people. I've always believed that it's what's wrong with just saying if you have the talents, admit it. And of course, later in life, as I go through life and I become more spiritual and I know a lot of other things, I know this is right. It ain't bragging if it's true. If you're able to do something that very few people can do, then be proud of it and say so. There's nothing wrong with that. And especially if you've accomplished something that took a lot of work. It's like I accomplished something that took a lot of work. I've done something else that no one else can do, or I currently have talents. I've done this before and I can do more again. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? I'm going to give you a few examples. Okay? Let's start with the movie The Three Amigos. The Three Amigos. There's a character Martin Short plays where he is he's a fast gunslinger, right? He can use his gun very fast. And the German, when he comes up to him, says, "I admired you. I looked up to you. And then I found out about trick photography and how it's all fake." And Martin Short's character said very simply, "Well, I am that fast." It's a fact. I am that fast. That's not bragging because it's true. He was that fast. Why just be, oh, shucks, and say it was trick photography when no, I do have those skills. I can do that. Right? Second example is from Mozart. I remember the movie Amadeus, Mozart, and I think it was the king, or I don't remember what the ruler was at the time, and he said, "Look, you're not the only one in Vienna." One of the characters says, "Look, you're not the only composer in Vienna." And Mozart said, "But I'm the best." And can you argue with that? Can you argue with the fact that Mozart is one of the best composers of music throughout all history? And he was certainly one of the best composers in Vienna and anywhere in the German Empire at the time. You can't argue with that fact because it's true. Objectively true. And that line is just true. Mozart just said it that way. And I think that was brilliant because it's right. So you're not the only composer in the territory. Well, yeah, but I'm the best. He knows he's the best. We know he's the best. I don't see the problem. What's the problem with admitting you're the best? When I first saw that movie, I thought the same thing. Like, well, if he is the best, why not admit it? And as I've gone through life more and I'm more spiritually advanced and connected, I know this is true. If you have the abilities, say so. Which, by the way, obviously Mozart was spiritually connected. And a lot of us with advanced skills we're we're spiritually connected. We come from higher realms and other things. So that's true. It's not fake. It's true, and we do have higher abilities. It just is. Okay. Say so. Michelangelo. Michelangelo was famous for being obstinate with his patrons. His patrons would say, I want this, and I want this, and I want this. And Michelangelo says, okay, I like the idea, but I can do it much better, and this is my vision. And his patrons would say, well, why? I didn't ask you to do it this way. I didn't want to ask you to do it this way. It's like, yeah, but my idea is better. My way is better. The truth is, his way was always better. As a sculptor and a painter, his idea was always better. His vision for the art was always better than what his patrons suggested. He started with what they suggested, but then he took it to a much greater level. So he was famous for being, people called him sometimes arrogant, but can you argue with him? Look at the works he created. He knew his ideas were right, and he stuck to them. Which also reminds me of another thing that I talk about with ego is that most people who are ridiculed for a strong ego are actually sticking to their vision. Okay? It's not about me. It's about the vision. It's about the project. And those of us, I include myself, who stay strong to a point or idea, it's about the idea. It's about the vision. It's about the component. It's not me or my. It's about the idea and the vision. Okay? People get those things confused. But those of us who have a strong ego and stay strong to an idea, strong to a point, we just know we're better on this. We believe it's going to be better on this. Okay, Michelangelo is very much the same way on that. It wasn't so much about Michelangelo, it was about the vision. Okay? I think Freddie Mercury had some of that too. I think the reason he won a lot of things in his way was because he had good ideas, and you can't argue with him. Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, the greatest inventor of all time. Of course, there's Archimedes and Leonardo da Vinci. They're all three are great inventors. Maybe you have to put them all three together, I guess, as great inventors. But Nikola Tesla, he knew he was smart, but that's not the point. The point is when people would try to make claims that they invented something first, or they invented something better. That's when Nikola Tesla truly came out. Now, Nikola Tesla was famous for wanting to do things for humanity. He wanted to advance humanity. He was an environmentalist. He wanted to make things better for humanity. He wanted to end wars. He wanted to do a lot of other things. He wasn't in it for the money, and he gave up a lot of money they could have had. But when it came to people trying to take credit for his inventions, no. He wouldn't stand for that. When other people try to claim that they did it first, or they did something better, Nikola Tesla came out, he has a lot of letters. He comes out very, very strongly, says, look, I invented this first. I invented this better. This guy, he's using at least 12 patents of mine to create his. This guy was only able to do it 10 feet. I was able to do it 1,000 feet. This guy claims he was able to do it in 1904. I did it back in 1897. He wrote a lot of letters like that because that's really strongly. It's something I'll write about other inventors in other video documentary. But basically, one thing all inventors have in common, even if they want more, do it for more humanity than for money, is like at least give us the credit. That's important to us. Give us the credit. We may not care about money that much, but we do care about the credit. So it ain't bragging if it's true. Tesla, when all those letters, says, look, I invented it first. True. Mine was better. True. His patent uses at least 12 of mine. True. There's nothing false in any of those statements. So Tesla's like, look, I invented it first. I invented it better. All these different things. It's true. It ain't bragging if it's true. There was a similar thing when he did Niagara Falls. Um, he was confident that Niagara Falls would work. There was no doubt about it. Arrogant? No. Confident? Yes. Because he knew it would work. There was no question. Of course it'll work. And everyone who worked with him saw this in him. It's not a question of whether it'll work. It's not a question of it's just gonna work. It's just gonna work. It just is. So it ain't bragging if it's true. That's what I want to emphasize on this particular video. People who ridicule those with a strong ego say, oh, well, that's just bragging. What's wrong with bragging? It ain't bragging if it's true. It ain't wrong if it's true. It ain't wrong if it's true. So yes. So, very much embrace that. If you're able to do something well and do something better, do something first. If you're one of the few people who can do something, say so. Right? Say so. Right? So, yeah. And yeah, I will say with a lot of my inventions and discoveries too. Who solved particle wave duality? Nobody could solve particle wave duality. I was the first one to solve it. True. Unifying all the energies together. Nobody could solve it. I was the first one to do it. True. I came with a realistic model of gravity that works at all scales. Nobody else could do that. I did. True. I was able to quantize gravity. No one else was quantized gravity. They're still looking today for quantized gravity, even though I published it 4 years ago. True. I've got the unified field theory. I've got gravity. I've got the theory of everything, where I'm able to develop using one concept, the universal energy, and develop all particles, all motions, all matter, all energies, all everything. The theory of everything. The holy grail of physics. No one else could solve it. I did. It's true. So hey, it's all true. It's not bragging if it's true. It's not bragging if it's true. And I strongly believe that. It ain't bragging if it's true. If you're able to do something very few people can do, it's true. If you've accomplished something that no one else accomplished or was the first to do something, embrace it. Enjoy it. And even if it's not that big, if you just happen to be one of the best in your industry, in a particular skill set of a particular industry, you're one of the top, 25 people with the talents for that particular component area in this particular industry. Know it. But then, of course, admit that I don't know anything else beyond that. All right? But it's a whole separate video, which I will talk about, yes. All the people who are ego, or ridiculed as ego, even myself, we know that there's plenty of things we don't know. We don't claim that we're experts in those areas. But in this one, in this particular topic, we have talent. We did something good. We're the first. We're the best. We're right. All the other things, yeah, I have no clue. We don't know that area, not my area. But this, yes, definitely. It ain't bragging if it's true. All right, that's it for now.